Green flag. Look at that lead duo. Isn't this how we ended at Darlington?
I imagine these two guys are going to be battling it out, not just all day today, but all season.
Byron and Busch for fourth.
See the advantage of that bottom groove. You might be able to carry some momentum on the start, on those restarts on that outside, maybe for a lap, but then that bottom lane is really going to prevail until we get some time and laps on these Goodyear tires.
And starting off probably pretty free right here. If I'm wanting to start this race, I want to feel my car pretty sideways because I know it's going to come to me on a long run. You need long run speed at a track like this.
We saw the 5 of Kyle Larson fired in there behind our leader, Martin Truex Jr., and it got loose big time going into turn 3 behind him.
Yeah, I've never failed. You come out of here, you start this race, and that thing, you got a whole handful of wheel, and she's tight already. This early, you're in big trouble.
Whoa! And don't clip that apron. There's a lot less banking there as we see William Byron going to third place around Denny Hamlin.
Ricky Stenhouse on the outside. Don't know if there was contact between he and Bubba Wallace.
No, he sensed it. He felt it. He knew he needed to move up the racetrack. That was, really quick hands by both of those drivers.
That's such a good point too, Jeff. Like, you don't always see that car, but you can hear him. The other thing, you can feel it and you can hear him. When they crack out of the throttle, you hear the old pipes crackle and that car underneath of you, Jeff. How many times you're like, whoa, yeah. I'm in trouble.
And so we're going to go back and we're going to replay this. If you watch Bubba Wallace in the 23 car, watch him get really close and clip that apron just the slightest bit. See right there, that's what makes that car go up the racetrack. And when he did that, the 47, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., saw that out of the corner of his eye.
Plus, situation analysis. Here's Ricky. Who's inside me? What's possible? What could happen? Did happen.
Well, what could happen didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yes, you are right.
There's a lot of good happens at this place. And it all comes to those cars underneath of you.
I love this viewpoint as you're right on board with Bubba Wallace and our visor cam. Man, look at the banking and how long you are in the banking, how much it's pulling your body. And you can actually see Bubba start to tilt his head a little bit as he gets down into the corner to fight against those G's.
The other thing,
his head's pulling.
If you hear along right here, this is such an important part. You've got to be able to have a car free enough that you can stay with the throttle. When he goes in this corner, you'll hear him pick the throttle up right here, Mike.
Now, if you're already tilting your head at
the key is right there when he lifts at that 5/8 mark, you've got to be able to carry the throttle and stay with it all the way up.
So there's vertical G's that pulls you, down into the racetrack. Then there's lateral G's. So watch it compress his body on those vertical G's, pushing him into the racetrack.
Hops back up on the straightaway.
Got to stretch that neck and spine out before you hit that next corner.
And then the banking just compresses you into that seat in the corners.
Plus in turn 3, and you saw a little bit of it riding on board. His car's riding pretty good, pretty smooth, but there's some huge bumps, about 4 big bumps going into turn 3 as he loads in the banking.
Yeah, guys, we talked about it on the pre-race show. When you go from the straightaway down to the bottom of the corner, it's an elevation change of 15 feet, which is equivalent to 2 stories.
Wow. Since the start of this race, Chase Elliott is up 12 positions.